Hey everyone. Tonight with Open Hearth, we are continuing our play of Orbital by Jack Harrison. Um, my name is Donna. My pronouns are he, him. Today I am playing a Hemlock, otherwise known as Pangolin. He uses they them pronouns. They are a shapeshifting alien who's a spy, but honestly a hydroponics engineer for sure. Um, Yeah, I think that's short and sweet. Let's go back to the character keeper in reverse order, Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Rye, who uses she, her pronouns. Rye is a species known as the Kamano in Orbital. They are an amphibious alien. So they have some kind of frog-like features, but still humanoid. And Rye is the owner of Whiskey, which is a bar on the station. And also definitely not, I mean, wait, definitely not a hydroponic farmer, or are they?
Hi, my name's Puckett. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Cash Only, who uses she, her pronouns. Her name is something of a joke because she is the person who can get you things, but she doesn't actually accept cash. It's one of those things that she deals in favors, and favors and people looking the other way or shutting a camera off at an opportune moment. There's always a cost for whatever you get from her, but it's a cost to be paid down the road. And, the standard deal is at some point I'm going to come to you and I'm going to ask you for something and I expect you to do it, regardless of what it is. And so far, she hasn't had to ask anybody to do anything really terrible or anything really noticeable. But who knows? Maybe next time is the time. And, she basically deals in places to hide and false identities and personal security. That's what she carries a loaded shotgun for.
Okay, awesome. Um, so that's our main cast. Um, and last time we created all of the station aspects, characters, residents, and we had a brief intro scene just to get the ball rolling. So I wonder if anyone has anything specific they want to do first with their characters. When we take our turn, we have like three major actions that we can take. We can frame a major scene. We can, I guess, where we answer a question through improvised play, making moves and driving the story forward. We can narrate a minor scene where we describe our character in their everyday life. And then we can read the station where we gather perspectives from the community on a vital issue without pushing for any kind of consensus. So, does anyone have anything uh, that is demanding their immediate attention, or will I go first?
So last time we did our opening scenes, and as part of those opening scenes, um, Cash Only was at Whiskey in her usual booth that Rye keeps clear for her at all times, where Cash only does business. Is this right so far, Puckett?
Yep.
Let me know if I'm screwing up here.
No,
Okay.
no, no. You've got everything right. That booth is basically her office, much like Fonzie's office was the bathroom in Happy Days.
Your name's carved into it, I'm sure. Um, and Rye had come across a some kind of data crystal, I think. I can't remember what just maybe that's what it was that
It was
contained
a
the
host data crystal.
host data crystal, which contained the manifest. Um, is a manifest like the crew of the cargo? Is that or is that also the crew and
I think it manifests as everything that's on board, but it was that limping ship that desperately needed repair, but would force us to take something adjacent to a side in the war.
Yes. Yeah. From that ship that was limping in, and that ship was called the I gave it a Ian
It
Banks
wasn't
name and I
the
can't remember.
Oops Apocalypse, but it was something close.
Oh, damn. Okay. I can't remember. Anyway, maybe I didn't give it a name. So is there anything we want to do? Was that data chip somehow important to you at this point, Puckett, to cash only?
Well, don't forget that there's that Romeo and Juliet story about the two
Yes.
young people who are trying to elope, but they're on opposite sides of the war, and they're being sought after.
That's a really good one. What did... Okay, yes, that's the impending threats. Star-crossed lovers from either side of the war hiding out while hunted by their superiors. And was anyone specifically facilitating them? I'm trying to remember.
That would be me.
Okay, that's what I
Because
thought.
I deal in hiding places and fake IDs and personal security,
And
just all the things that they need right now.
And one of the people that is trying to look for them, the person in charge of looking for them is a rival of yours from the past. Is that accurate?
That's a heck of a
Of
good
mine.
question.
What's that? Donna, it's a rival of yours.
Yeah. They are in the Resonance tab under the Orbital section. One Kala.
Oh yes, Hemlock's old adversary who's hunting down the star-crossed lovers. Trying to generate something here. So the three questions or the three kind of scenes that we were talking about, Donna, again, are what? Three types?
Yeah, so if you look at your character sheet, there is in the left-hand column near the bottom, there is an action section. So it's frame a major scene, narrate a minor scene, or lead the station.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and there's the irregular apocalypse.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you thinking here, Mark?
Well, I wonder if Kala, do you think Kala knows that Hemlock is on this station?
Sure. Let's go with that.
I think that it would be interesting if Kala came to Hemlock seeking information, and it would be even more interesting if Cash Only was also involved in this conversation in some way. That seems like it would make a major scene.
Well, so
constitute a major scene.
Yeah. So I guess what we really are looking at when we talk about major scenes is like where is Rye involved in this? So do you want to have Kala lean on Rye first, get the ball rolling like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Working for Rye. Oh yes.
Do you want me to take that aspect and play Kala, or Puckett? Do you want to do that instead?
Let's do that.
Did we assign people to each aspect of the station?
Oh, only only when someone deals with soldiers, officers, or spies, right? So that is what Rye is about to do.
Okay.
So one of us will have to pick up the interstellar war. So yeah, I'm happy to take it if we don't think Hemlock is going to be in this scene.
Yeah, maybe let's have Rye and Cash only in the scene. How about Cash is at their table when Kala comes checking in with Rye
Mm-hmm.
um, to gather information, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, I think she Rye will see Kala come in. Kala is some kind of alien, maybe you've seen before, but maybe you're not too familiar with. And they are in civies, but there are a couple of soldiers outside who are definitely kind of Republic. They have a look about them that says Republic, right? Um, not uniform, not anything like that, but you recognize them. You recognize their type. And Kala comes in, and yeah, like looks at you, obviously recognizes you as the owner, and like sits down at the bar closest to you so that like no one else can serve her. Um,
So Rye makes her way over to Kala, kind of like glances over at at Cash only to see if Cash is paying attention. May I call her Cash? Is that acceptable?
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Okay.
actually what most people call her. The joke
Okay.
is cash only because she never deals in money.
Right.
So yeah, but cash is fine.
Okay, perfect. Just glances in Cash's direction. And the top-notch employee at the bar, Lalo, is actually working some tables, I guess. So she walks over to Kala and says, "What can I get you?"
I'll have a Camborne sherry, please.
So she will go and fetch a drink and bring it over, set it down. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I'm looking for a friend of mine.
Interesting. Who is it?
Oh yeah, well I'm not sure how he goes now, but yeah, Pangolin, I think. You know them?
Pangolin. Trying to think. Well, I don't know. What's your name?
My name's Kala.
Kala.
We go way back.
Oh,
Do you say this loud enough that I can hear it?
I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any. She's having a normal conversation at the bar, right? So it's not.
and I think Rye is trying to echo everything loud enough that Cash can hear. So when she says she's looking for Pangolin, then I say, Pangolin? And your name's Kala?
You see me reach under the table, and you know exactly what's going on.
Is that where you keep your shotgun?
When I'm at the bar, yeah.
Okay.
There's a little sling for it under the table, so that
Nice.
anybody who sits across from me is, basically right in line.
Yes. Okay. Excellent. Um, I think that, hmm, I think she says, well, trying to think of who it might be. Maybe I have to ask around a little bit. Uh, what are you looking for pendulum for? Pendulum? Was that it? Pendulum?
He owes me. So
Oh, oh my. That's like credits? Cash?
favor.
Favor. Interesting. Hmm. I wonder who the hell that is. Some folks here, they don't go by their name, so
Okay. Well, he's got a mean scowl on him. Good teeth, if a little sharp.
mm-hmm.
Let's go
Scowl,
dangerous. Let's go dangerous.
sharp, dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Damn. That sounds like a character I don't want to run into, frankly. Let's see. Um,
So, if you want to make a move,
yeah, that's what I was looking at.
we all have 0 tokens to start with. So, if you want to get a
Okay.
token, you can make a weak move.
Make a weak. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm very good at weak. Um, I think that she says I'm thinking sell out one of your regulars to protect yourself. She doesn't feel exactly threatened, but I think that that this is probably up Cash's alley. Uh,
Wave
and
pointer in my direction.
yeah, so I think that I turn and I say, um, that that one over there, name's Cash only. Go talk to her. She might be able to help you out a little bit.
Do you think that's sell out?
I don't know. That's like I thought that she was trying to be anonymous. So maybe it's not sellout. Um
I'm very
let's
much trying not to get involved in this.
well, let me see if there's something I can reveal about myself that uh or because these other weak moves don't feel like they're really fitting the situation.
I mean,
I mean,
so here's the thing. If you point her at me, that means there's like 1 degree of separation from Hemlock.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's already 1 degree of separation.
Yeah.
Ryan and Hemlock know each other.
it's like a few more degrees of separation, considering that I've been hiding you.
So
And
it's not going to count as a weak move, but I'm just going to send her over to Cash only, just narratively to get the ball rolling. I won't take a token.
Okay.
and you'll hear Rye, you can probably see me swear under my breath. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
probably read my lips as Callie gets up and starts to walk over.
So Rice shrugs and goes back to telling glasses.
I will smile as you come up and say, "Or I send somebody over here, they usually want something. What do you want?"
Well, your friend over there said you know a guy called Pangolin.
You know, I know, in fact, that my friend over there did not say that I know pangolin. My friend over there knows that I can do things. I can find stuff. So I may be able to find this pangolin. But as it stands right now, I don't know who the hell you're talking about. So you got a picture of him or anything like that?
I see. That's the way it is. Okay, that's fine. You work here?
What? I'm offering to help.
Sure you are.
Look,
you see them, you tell them Kala's around and that they owe me.
why don't you sit down? Tell me more about this pangolin.
Because cash only, I've been on enough fishing expeditions to know when someone is fishing for information.
I'm not asking what they did. I'm not asking what they owe you. I'm just trying to find out who it is you're looking for so I know whether I can help you.
Or you know.
There's a lot of questions I'm not asking that I don't ask because I don't usually want to know the answer. You see what I'm saying here?
Oh no, I see exactly what you're saying. I'll see you next time.
I'll roll my eyes and go back to scribbling some notes.
Okay. And they exit the bar.
Does that make a problem worse by running from it?
I mean, I don't know that it doesn't make the problem worse. What do you think, Mark?
Does it make the problem worse?
I mean, it can make the problem worse for sure.
Sure.
I mean, I just pissed somebody off by basically brushing them off.
Yeah. Yeah, you've made the problem worse.
All right, I'll take
Certainly
it
for yourself. Yeah.
And as soon as Cal is out of the bar, I'll wave you over.
I come over looking for Hemlock, huh?
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Like neither of us can go anywhere near them. Like stay away from the phone. Don't look like you're sending anybody out of the bar to run a message to anybody. We gotta we are normal than usual.
More normal than normal. Okay.
Pretty much.
Got it. Can you maybe get Rat to deliver a message or something?
Of course I can get Rat to deliver a message. Who need to get a message to?
No. Well, so Hemlock knows what's happening.
I'd be surprised if Hemlock doesn't, but your point about Rat is well taken. Just keep in mind your bar's probably under surveillance until either they leave or they find Hemlock. So
It's great for business.
yep. Just I'll get Rat to do their thing.
Okay.
Little shit loves running around in vents. It's kind of unnerving.
Okay. So call that scene.
I think so.
Puckett, do you have anything in mind to escalate or have like a day in the life, slice of life rather, minor scene, or what do you think?
So that damaged ship is coming in, correct?
No, that damaged ship is requesting docking.
Okay. Um, I'd like to read the station. And that means I want to gather perspectives from my community on a vital issue without pushing for a consensus.
Yeah, so
So I think,
here,
yeah.
so here you step out of your character's role to portray different groups' attitudes and feelings concerning a particular issue.
Mhm.
First, decide the topic under discussion. You might talk about a previous scene events, a station issue, or whatever. And then I guess each of us kind of takes turns weighing in on the topic as like speaking as either a class of residents or maybe even a particularly important resident. Um, so yeah, and maybe this is an actual discussion or just like us dictating what these different groups or different people feel is the kind of what's going to happen, speculation, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. So do we decide which ones we are going to take up, or?
Well, you choose the topic.
Yeah.
And then I think each player then kind of takes turns. It takes a turn, and like decides which class of resident or group they're they're going to be.
Okay.
So what question is it that you want to kind of ponder?
I want to know how the station feels about this ship that's coming in or that's requesting docking clearance.
Do you want to go first, or do you want to kick it over to one of us first?
Well, I'd like to go last when it comes to this one.
Okay.
So I will kick it over to whoever has an idea for what they want to pick up and how that aspect of the station might feel about it.
Mark, you have any thoughts?
Are we interested in doing a scene related to one of the aspects of the station? I thought we had one where related to like accreting ships on the outside of our station, these wrecked spaceships. Is it so should we have a conversation between three people in EVA suits who are working on welding these wrecked ships to the exterior of the station?
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. I mean, I think like as written, we're just supposed to say what a group feels about this question. But if we want to have like some like maybe we can say that the aspect, I guess the station itself or the unaffiliated, like people who just work on the station, have a lot of various views, right? We can play a scene to do that, which doesn't in fact sound cool.
Are there So what you're saying is we would be choosing from like the aspects, we'd be choosing um the scumminability, the unaffiliated, maybe the Lambents. No, I
Yeah,
guess
so
not.
like
But
when we talk about a group, we mean like an established group, like in the Scum and Villainy, it would be like the Yoto family or the Orchard
yeah, okay.
Syndicate, right?
Sure,
So,
sure.
or just a bunch of people from the unaffiliated, right, which don't have any kind of umbrella apart from that. So,
Yeah. No, let's do it the way that it is written then.
okay,
Um,
yeah. So, I guess which group's opinion do you want to kind of represent?
I'm gonna ask if you don't mind, for you to maybe go first to just to give me an idea of what we're looking for here.
Okay. Um. So, I am going to. Um, I think kind of on screen, maybe we kind of see a bunch of people who are like on the organizing committee for Loudfest, um, and they're supposed to be talking about like the order, the different acts come on, but they've devolved into like looking at the screen where the irregular apocalypse is, and they're like talking about that instead of whether you know whatever band should be on first. And I think the kind of argument here is like someone one of them is saying, oh yeah, but like they're hurt and they're damaged and there's wounded people aboard, and like this is what we do, we just take care of people and we don't ask questions, right? And then I think like maybe the other two people on this table are pushing back on that idea and saying, well, no, it's not like they're refugees. They were in a war and they're coming here instead of back to their base. That they shouldn't be doing that. And also, like I guess the next kind of escalation of that argument is that if we dock them, then the Republic is going to come here and say we're no longer neutral. That's going to be the end of everything we have here. We're going to get involved in that war if we allow them to dock. And I think the general kind of vibe is of fear, right? We can't let them get their foot in the door. Okay.
Okay.
Really
I
quick, which aspect was that?
That's the unaffiliated. So
Okay.
the families, workers, and refugees who make up our diverse society.
um, and I think I will go with um the Yaddle family, and I think we have a scene where um the heads of the Yaddle family have gathered to discuss this issue, and trying to decide if they should tip the scales on the station one way or the other. Um, the consensus of the Yaddle family the that the two warring factions are so busy with the war that there's no way they would have the resources to try to um affect some kind of policing system here on the station. But they would um, it would increase the number of victims that come on board the station. People who aren't familiar with it, who can be persuaded. They could expand their gambling operations, um, and those kinds of things. So the sense from the Yaddle family is that they want to have this ship dock so that so they could take advantage of the soldiers and officers and so forth. Does that work?
Yeah, actually.
So I'll pick up the station itself. And Mark, just because it was such a cool idea earlier, this really is just three people in EVA suits patching a hole in the station on the outside. And this is all going through their communicator. I mean, yeah, so it might make it seem like we're on another side, but I mean, if we just like weld the ship on, then like it's not going anywhere, right? I mean, we're decommissioning it at that point, right? Like that's not taking a side. That's just expanding the station. Where I mean, we wouldn't let them take it with us. I mean, the whole thing is you come here, you get your ship welded on, right? And then another voice pops in, says, "Yeah, but like even so, it's gonna if we let the staff on, then and we let them be like find amnesty here, or we like ship them off someplace else, it's still gonna seem like we've taken a side." Finally, you hear a third voice pop in and say, "Will you two knuckleheads just weld? If I wanted to hear all this kind of chatter, I'd go sit and rise." So I think the general aspect or the general attitude from the station is leaning a bit more toward letting the freighter dock because of what the resources the station could get from it. Like that's a whole lot of living space to add all at once. And you could always just send the soldiers off as either prisoners of war, or you could let them hide out for a little bit, or find amnesty for a bit and go back to their side and get on another boat, but the ship stays. So I think that the station as a whole, or at least the maintenance and such, looks at it as potentially positive, if problematic. Like it could be, there could be some wrinkles.
I don't believe we did name the station. Does anyone have any good ideas or even bad ideas?
Deep shit nine.
I did say bad ideas, didn't I?
I mostly said that just to hurt Mark.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, hmm.
If
Bada
So
we,
I,
boom five.
I was about to say, if we reverse the name of the station assistant to Otaral, Otarel,
What were you going to say, Mark?
I was I was just going to clarify. I got the station's point of view. The Loudfest personnel, did they lean in one direction?
I think their leaning was mostly fear, right? That this could
Okay.
upset the apple cart, even, and they were like, I guess probably on the side of not allowing it, even if it kind of went against the way we do things here, right?
Right. Okay, cool. I'm sorry,
I'm
back to
fine with
this
the Odorol station if you want to
yeah,
call it that.
Odorall station.
Okay.
Um it's not Adderall station, right?
Otorol.
Okay.
Orbital, yeah,
I don't know if you have Adderall in. They probably call it a different name
they probably do.
in Ireland. Sorry, but apparently you know what it is because you like.
Yeah,
All right.
because I watch TV shows.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So that's the temperature now of the station.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would I mean, are we kind of flipping over to you then, Donna?
Yeah. Let's do a scene. So at this stage, I think I almost want to kind of react. So I want to narrate a minor scene and react to the events of previous scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I so where I so I'm still looking for this data crystal, right, with the ship manifest. And I don't know that Rye has picked it up, do I? Unless I've been sent a message, but you're avoiding sending me a message, and you've passed it over to Cash only, right? If I recall correctly.
I'm more than happy for you, for Rat to have like hissed at you from out of a vent or something like that at this point.
Okay.
If you want to have gotten word about both Kala and the data crystal.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to have a minor scene where we see Rat on screen.
Okay.
I think we will see Hemlock taking care of some plants on the kind of the roof gardens where maybe it's not technically his job, but he wouldn't look out of place there, and it is near uh, near where people come on to the station from like shuttles and such. So not like a major docking bay, but like if people are coming here from the irregular apocalypse, it'll be here. And you see them, I think, like start to take the form uh, um, of maybe one of the guys that we saw in the bar the last time from the ship. So one of the host sailors. And I think the transformation is not quite complete. Maybe when Rat pokes his nose out of a conduit or a hatch or whatever it is, right? Um, Rat, come out.
No.
No.
Don't look.
Okay.
No, that data crystal. Cash got it.
Do you have it?
Cash has it.
Cash has it.
But there's bad news. Somebody's looking for you, Kala. So Cash can't get it to you. She can't be seen with you. You know, same thing. Rise is under surveillance, so they got to keep it really, really, really low key. That's why I'm here in the vent. That's why I'm not coming out.
Wouldn't it have been an idea for her to pass you the data chip to get to me?
I didn't see her.
Oh.
She just like sent me a message.
Oh.
She's got it. You know her. It's safe. Safe as houses.
Did her message say how Kala seemed?
He wouldn't have sent me to warn you if Kala seemed friendly, I don't think.
Kala seemed friendly. That's funny.
I think I'd be here.
Okay. You want a tomato?
I'm good. Thanks, though.
Good.
I want to get out of here so you seem normal.
Thanks, Rash.
The only thing that you hear is some distant scuffling in the ducts. Like Rat was already gone by the time you said thank you.
Yeah, and I think we see Hemlock kind of slowly change back to their usual form, and like start back towards Whiskey. Okay. So I guess we go back around to you, Mark. Do we want to do that scene now and then take a break, or take a break now and then do the scene?
I could use a break now.
Okay. So okay. So we had one of each different type of scene now, just as a taster menu. So what do you wanna do next, Mark?
Um, yeah, I really should have thought about it on break, right? Um, I mean, driving the story forward, I think would involve Hemlock going to Rise. That seemed to be where they were headed, right?
Yeah, I guess Hemlock going to cash only specifically.
Yeah, okay.
But at Rise, yeah. So um, yeah, I think that would make sense. But then again, maybe Rye has other things on her mind. Who knows?
Um,
I'm fine with that.
okay. So, frame a major scene. Yeah, okay. So quick question. When it says answer a question through improvised play, is there, I mean, obviously there are lots of questions that we have here, but are there particular questions that it's referring to, that
Oh,
we're
so
referring to?
there's two sets of questions which we
Okay.
kind of play to find out. One is on your character section where it says play to find out.
Yep.
So, for example, for Rye, it's do you have time to care for your own needs? Who
Mm-hmm.
do you refuse your hospitality? And what shadows of your past stalk you still?
Right.
And then the other questions are on the aspects, and they are consider as you play. So, for example, for the interstellar war, it is how do we keep the war from devouring us? Who on the station would profit from the war? And
Mm-hmm.
what humanity lingers in the common soldier?
Okay.
So,
Those are great. Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Thank you. Um, so I think that I'm just looking over these questions for each of the stations. Or for each of the, I'm sorry, aspects. Um, yeah. So, so we see the scene at Rise, or I'm sorry, at Whiskey. Rye is keeping an eye out for any more of these, any more of Kala, what she thinks she's going to identify as Kala's people. But there are a lot of soldiers in here from the irregular apocalypse. Drinking, not getting too rowdy. Many of them seem kind of sullen and down, I think, in the background as uh, as the camera moves to cash only seated at the table there. And we have Hemlock arrive?
Sure, yeah. So are you interested in answering or like addressing at least a specific question here? Or like are we having like a minor scene where all three of us are on screen as our main
Yeah,
characters at the time?
yeah. So I'm interested in seeing interested in seeing if we can find a use for this data crystal that would affect the interstellar war in some way. So,
I mean,
yeah.
I have very definite ideas.
So there are questions related to the interstellar war, like who on the station would profit from the war.
Okay.
We did talk about that a little bit. Maybe we
Yeah.
can address that in some way here.
I so I guess the prompt for the interstellar war means we can probably we don't have to pick it up yet, right? So it's pick
Okay.
it up when someone deals with soldiers, officers, or spies, or discovers the war is closer than they thought. So
Okay.
I think it makes sense to allow us as the main characters to kind of talk to that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So Uh, so yeah, Hemlock just walks straight up in. I think like maybe I don't know, maybe not Rye, but maybe Cash only notices them noticing someone watching the bar, right? Um, and Hemlock just breezes past that after like marking the undercover soldier or whatever it is, and
You
walks
can read
straight
my
in.
lips as I clearly say, God damn
And I don't know, is there like a take a number or sit down if it's empty? What's cash only's routine for receiving customers?
it. It depends. If it is a new client, then they can kind of wait until motioned over. If it's an existing client, they can come up. And everybody knows that if somebody that I think needs more assistance than they do happens to wander in, I will wave them out of the booth and tell the person to get over here and sit down.
Okay.
So I may interrupt one meeting to take another meeting that seems more pressing.
Yeah. Cool. Is there anyone with cash only right now?
Nobody important. I'll wave them out of the booth.
Okay. Um, So Hemlock like doesn't really acknowledge whoever it is he kicked out of the booth. They just like sit down and look over at Rye and I don't know, whatever nod they give for their drink. Maybe the reason you have a Camboring sherry is because of Hemlock, right?
That
Um,
checks out.
yeah,
That's the same drink that Kala was drinking. Okay.
yeah.
So you're here.
I'm here. Yeah.
I'm curious why. And you can tell I'm trying not to say, did Rat not get to you or did you ignore Rat?
So I have no interest in playing footsie with Kala while I have something to do. So if they want to find me, fine.
Realize I was
I'd prefer
asking you to
them to
play
find
footsie.
me in broad open spaces rather than go digging. You know what I mean?
Why the fuck did I even help you disappear if you're just going to do this?
Because Kala obviously knows I'm here if she asked for me by my cover identity. Anyway, I'm not on the run from her. So, data crystal, though. That's why I'm here.
you want it now when someone is looking for you for some reason they have yet to disclose?
Yeah.
Or would you like it held on to where it might be safer?
No, I want it now.
You want me to come with you as an added gun in case you need some security? Look, what would it take for you to just walk out of here without the crystal right now and go deal with Kala? You want me with you? You want me not with you? And if you name your price, you gain a token because I'm using my lure here.
Yeah, yeah, I recognize the question. What would it take?
And you know I have your back.
Yeah.
You know I hid you. You know I've got what you need. I'm just trying to make sure you don't lose it before you actually get it, if you follow me.
I think so. I think one of those so to explain, one of those like maintenance workers that we saw in our previous scene, like we see them like operating some kind of, I don't know, forklift welding robot thingy in space, right? And like it has a name or a designation or whatever it is, and I say, well, I'll need the keys to Felix.
You want the keys to the operable spaceship that I've had hidden on the hull for you?
Well, sorry, I was saying Felix is like the name of this repair rig that the spacers we saw earlier.
I thought you were talking about a spaceship. But it's like, look, you want the keys to a loader? I can get you the keys to a loader. That's not a problem. I just all right. I think I'm going to call in a timely favor from a prominent client and burn my single token. And you see me like pick up a communicator, punch a couple of numbers into it. Say, yeah, that loader, Felix, I need it. And I'll look, Hemlock, I'll look across the table at you and say, how long do you need it for?
A couple of hours.
Okay. And where do you need it? This is an EVA job, right?
Yeah.
Say, all right, I need Felix for half a day, uninterrupted, no questions asked, and I need every eye that is on this section of the station turned off. No EVA staff out there, nothing. Until I give you the word.
Okay.
And the only other thing you hear from my side of it is, thanks, Lorado. And I say, Felix will be waiting. There shouldn't be anyone in that docking bay. There shouldn't be anyone in the airlock. There shouldn't be anyone out there at all. If there is, I'd assume they're hostile, and I would put a hole in the suit.
Okay. Thanks, cash only.
Please, don't worry about the only. But remember, this is a big one, Hemlock. I just burned a big-ass favor with the head of the station to get you out there to do whatever the hell it is you want to do. No questions asked, no eyes on it. So,
for me to keep my head down and not take the chip like I wanted.
listen. Whatever you want that chip for, I just want to make sure you've got a chance to get it and use it before some bounty hunter puts a hole in you that can't plug, you know? For better or worse, and against my better instincts, I kind of like you. I am trying to keep you safe, which is what I have tried to do ever since you washed up here. Remember, protection, security, it's kind of what I do. I hide people, I make them disappear, and not in a bad way. Well, sometimes in a bad way, but usually just with a new name, a new legend. So,
I hear you.
in short, don't fuck up my business by getting yourself killed, okay? That would be bad for my business.
I'll see what I can do.
Have fun out there, space cowboy.
We'll see. We're gonna swing by Rye at the bar. You talked to Kala.
Yeah. She stopped in. She said she was looking for pangolin.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
How pissed off did she seem?
Um, 3?
How pissed off do I seem right now?
9? But I mean, that feels like it's your default. You're kind of always pissed, aren't you? Yes. So hey, I've got I, I know that you've been are are you using the ship's crystals to build some kind of garden crystal? Is that what I've been hearing?
Sorry, say again.
I swear I heard somebody talking about you have been trying to cultivate some crystals. I was assuming you're doing with the garden. I didn't know crystals, the ship's crystals would grow like that. I don't know. Or is this just all about the data crystal?
That seems like crazy talk to me, right? I think
Oh.
you might be feeding some of your customers alcohol.
Well, it's possible. Right. Maybe I'll pour one for myself. And she does. She pours out 2. And holds her glass up.
Okay, I guess we clink. Farming crystals. That is wow. Okay.
I'm not a crystal scientist.
Nor am I.
Okay. Hey, keep it down over there, she says to some of those soldiers who are getting a little into their cups, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want to do anything else with that scene, Mark?
No. It was a good scene between
Okay.
you folks.
Puckett, how about you?
Would anybody like to pick up Gail? She's one of my connections, the recovering addict who's working off her debt. She gets information for me.
Sure.
What are you
Right.
looking to do with the scene, Puckett?
I think this is a minor scene. Because part of it will be reacting to the events of previous scenes. Because, she's kind of like Rat in that she's easily overlooked. So I kind of want to find out what kind of gossip she's picked up about Kala, about the freighter, or about the damaged ship that wants to dock. Basically, any useful kind of information that I can turn into favors.
Okay. I'll. You say you're happy to play Gale, Mark?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And then this could be
Right.
related to the interstellar war, the station itself, the markets, the scum and villainy.
Any particular one that you want to hone in on?
Yeah, let's do the interstellar war because of the star-crossed lovers, just to keep it kind of on track there.
Okay. Interstellar War, Star-Crossed Lovers. So Interstellar War. Now, so Dunna, if there are moves listed under the aspects, can
Yeah. So if you're
anyone
kind of
just
if you're taking that aspect and like GMing it, if you know what I mean, you can. There's no
make those
rules about
moves?
when to make moves like there is in many other games, but I guess you
Yep.
can make it if it makes sense.
Okay. Awesome. So Puckett, where do you think that that Cash meets Gale?
I got to think that there's part of the ship which is just filled with stalls of people making food, people selling tchotchkes or like cheap clothes and whatnot. Basically, it's, it's where you go when you're broke, but
Mhm.
you still need stuff.
Okay, cool.
And I think I find her just drinking a cup of noodles.
Awesome.
You know, not too far away from the stand that made the noodles. It's you can hear the sizzling of various noodles in pans. You can hear bubbling of broth. It's they actually make good food there. It's cheap and it's filling and it's okay. It's maybe not good, but it's calorically dense and it'll get you through the day.
Okay, excellent. So Gail is
Much like
seated.
you're holding your cup of coffee right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gail is holding her cup of noodle. Of little stalls, I think, when she sees Cash.
I'll nod and walk over. So, what's the news?
Um, well, obviously there's the ship that wants to dock. You've heard about this, yeah?
Everybody has.
Yeah. So soldiers have been coming on, and quick question, Puckett. So I know this is your scene, but can I make one of these moves here?
Sure.
But I don't know if this will make it interesting or not. But she says there's a there's a soldier here who she used to be here on the station, but she got caught up with serving, and she's got she's in a bad way. She needs some access to some well, she's addicted to stimulants, and nobody obviously will sell anything to me anymore or look my direction when it comes to somebody who could help her out. I was wondering if maybe you could help her out with that. She's like very jonesing.
What's her name?
Syntha.
So when you say help her out, do you mean get her something or do you mean get her clean?
I don't know if she can go AWOL long enough to get clean. So I think she just needs to make it through.
Does she want to be in the war anymore?
It's a good question, I guess. Do you want to talk to her about it?
I mean, before I go off half cocked and make sure that either I've got her like a few pounds of shit or that nobody on the station will sell to her or look in her general direction, I kind of want to know what her bent is. You know, it's,
Mhm. Yeah. Um, okay.
like you came
So
to me because you wanted to get clean. So I
yeah,
made sure that you could get clean.
right, right. Yeah, I mean, it seems like she wants a fix, and I don't know, maybe she wants to get clean. I don't know. Um,
Why don't you take me to Cynthia and she and I can have a chat about this and I can find out what she wants because, maybe she wants out of the war. If she does, we can absolutely get her clean.
okay.
Not going to lie, it's going to be about the same process you went through.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do titration, but if she wants to get clean, that can happen, and she can disappear into a new life. And if she wants to stay in the war, we can send her to the autos and see what we can do.
Okay. And I think that she stands up. She puts the cup of noodles down on the stall where she had got them, and takes you. You realize you're going into kind of a part of the ship that doesn't see a lot of activity. It's maybe a little bit less safe than other parts of the ship. And brings you to Syntha. Syntha looks pretty strung out. Um, she has her uniform on. Um, it's kind of dirty, beaten up. It's got some rips. And I think that
You didn't tell me she was this rough off.
Yeah, I think Syntha looks up at you and says, or doesn't say anything. She just like gives you a look. And she says, "Oh, hey, can you help me?"
Helping people is what I do.
How much? I don't have much.
Well, that's good for you because I don't deal in money. I deal in favors.
Oh, I'm not doing anything weird.
No, nothing like that. A friend here tells me that you need some stems.
Yeah.
So, got a question for you. Do you want to be in the war anymore?
Can you get me out?
I can. I deal in hiding people, false identities, personal security.
I'm just yeah, I'm tired. So tired of fighting. And I've tried to keep myself going. I've tried to keep myself up for it, but I can't anymore.
Do you want to get clean?
I think you can tell she's trying to decide whether how she should answer and what's really the truth for her. Um, yes, I do.
You know, I'm not judging you. If you want to keep using, that's you. But the type of assistance kind of determines the type of favor I may come to you for in the future.
Can you get me? So wait, you can get me out, but you can get me if you can get me out, then I can get clean.
I can get you out. I mean, it's really sad. And I look at Gail. It's really sad how many airlock incidents occur on this station, isn't it? I mean, bodies lost to space, no way to retrieve them.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I get you. I get you. Yeah. Yes, that it is unfortunate.
God, you'd think a station that's basically a refugee wait camp would have better safety protocols.
Yeah. It's horrible. It's very bad.
So Gail here is going to get you a new set of clothes. I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be nice. It's basically going to be like a boiler suit, something like that.
Okay, cool.
We're going to change your hair color. How do you feel about your nose?
It's okay. Do you want to like break it?
I mean, the swelling and such will help in the short term hide you. And in the long term, it'll alter your face a little bit, just enough. Can't do
Okay.
anything about your eyes, really, because I don't want to have to tell you to wear contacts for the rest of your life. And this isn't the kind of place where we can change your eye color using lasers. So changing your facial structure, breaking the nose is usually the easiest and least painful way to do it.
That sounds great.
That is the
Just
first time I've heard anybody say that.
you just let me know when it's coming so I can be prepared.
I just punch
And
you.
and as blood courses from her nostrils. Just, God, I wasn't really ready. I thought you were going to tell me.
No one's ready. It's easier when it happens fast.
Okay.
Gail, get her some clothes, bring her by Rise. I'll have the papers done. And just so you know, you said you want to get clean. Gail can tell you a thing or two about that because I helped her get clean. She'll tell you what that's like. And
Okay,
after that, you work for me. I deal in information. I deal in favors. I'm not going to ask you to do anything weird. But if you hear interesting gossip or you see something, I want to know about it. We'll get you set up at, I don't know, a vendor stand or something like that. So you get lots of places to look at. You hear lots of things.
okay. I can do that.
Good. Good. Welcome to the Enterprise. Oh, I should, please. Welcome to my employment. I call it the Enterprise as a bit of a joke.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I kind of feel like that's that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think yes. It feels like we were, talking about a few different things, but this is a soldier
Yeah.
wanting to kind of flee from the situation. So that's certainly, it feels like it addresses that kind of question.
Well, and also the humanity that lingers in the common soldier, and
Right.
how do we keep the war from devouring us? And the answer there is we don't.
Right.
But you introduced a soldier in dire need of assistance, and you forced me to pick a side.
Yeah.
And you know, the nose feels like collateral damage.
I think it is. Cool.
All right. So what's next, Donna?
Um, so I guess we're back around to me. Um, yeah, I feel like doing something serious. um, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm just gonna go first, right? I'm just gonna cause a ruckus. So I think this. Yeah, I'm not sure about the aspect, but I think we see Hemlock make their way down to this area of the station where this kind of loader thing, the Felix, is parked, and make their way into that. They seem pretty experienced, or at least like moderately aware of everything that needs to happen to the Felix to get it up and running and to pilot it, right? And I think we see Hemlock pilot this thing around to like a not very well frequented, or at least not from the outside, part of the station. And they are like maybe they're mostly following by memory where they know something is, but when they get closer to it, like this is so gnarly because of all of the additions that maybe there's been some new additions. Maybe they have to like take out a little data pad, which is like just a readout to how many meters from wherever they're going they have to be, and you see them, take the loader and like detach something from the station. And I think like some of the kind of masking elements like fall away, and like we see that this is like I don't know, let's call it a thermonuclear warhead. So I'm gonna reveal a piece of advanced military technology as one of my strong moves. And I think I'm gonna kind of maybe close out the scene with Hemlock like tootling along, maybe back the way they came, but then like spotting, I don't know, a few kilometers distant, the irregular apocalypse, like on the HUD. It's like zooming in to identify it, and then not towards the apocalypse, but like kind of away parallel. He just like winds up in this, I don't know, baseball throw or the quarterback throw or something like this, and just chucks this warhead out.
Is Hemlock chucking the warhead in the direction of the ship?
No, so like out parallel, so it's not going towards the ship, but like at some point in time, it's going to activate and hit the ship from away from the station direction. Right, that's kind of what we're setting up.
Okay, so it would look like there was an attack on the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether I should like do that right now, or whether we can like leave that bubble away in the background. What do people feel like?
I think we need to wait until it detonates to figure out what to do about it.
Let's have it detonate later.
Okay. Yeah.
That feels like something that should end the session.
Okay. Well, I'll come back and do something terrible because I was ordered to, right? Yeah, we'll come back to that. That is a Chekhov's nuclear warhead, a common trope in the genre, right? Okay. I think that's my scene. Mark, back to the quiet life of the lonely bartender.
Yeah. It's sad. It's very sad for her. Um,
I mean, you could have given me the data crystal, but no, you didn't want to do that.
I just wanted to give it to you when you wouldn't get it taken away from you.
um, this will be just a minor scene here, I guess. Or maybe we'll read the station again. Because one of the things that we haven't touched on since establishing it that I still think is interesting is the star-crossed lovers. This information is out there. We know that Kella is looking for them. We know that Hemlock was assisting them in hiding them. Is that accurate?
Cash.
Oh, Cash was helping. See,
Yeah.
how did I?
Yep.
I knew I messed that up. Okay, thanks. So, I don't know how much Rye knows about this, but I think that when we last left Rye, she had had a drink with Hemlock, and then Hemlock had left. Um, I think that Rye, having tried this um Camborian brandy, I can't remember what it was. Cambrian?
Camborne. Like, right.
Brandy, hasn't had it for a while, and she's kind of like set herself up at a table while her staff works, and is just kind of pondering things and drinking too much. And I don't know if I've got anything in my background that I would want to give up, except giving up information about some other people here. Um, I think she gets confused for a little bit, and she says to Lalo, her prized employee, um, did you uh, have you seen that the data chip that I found? The one that I'll bet you do. Um, the that data chip, did you have you seen it? And Lalo says, "No, I have no idea what you're talking about." Um, and who is it? Do we think that overhears this conversation? Who's going to find out that this is missing? Does anybody want to suggest whether it's Kala or if it is one of their minions, or is it somebody from the host, maybe?
Um, I mean, how much trouble do you want this to cause? What?
A significant amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So I presume you're overindulging, revealing something.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I mean, I think maybe it's Kala, right? Maybe let's turn that dial to 11 on the
Yeah,
troubleometer.
totally. Uh, so Kala hears this. Do we think that she would engage with Rye then and ask more about it, or no? Just keep it to herself and use it as something down the line.
Well, do you want to uh, make it so that perhaps Kala is also a shape changer?
That's great. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe you're confused because a sober Rye would have thought that Lalo was actually on his day off today, but Lalo.
Your
Oh,
audio broke up there a little
sorry.
bit again. So a sober
A sober Rye would have
Rye would have.
realized that Lalo is on his day off today, and this is
Oh
actually
dear.
Kala pumping you for information.
Nice. That's perfect. So I think that she says, "Oh, no, I get it too. No, Cash has it. It's safe. I forgot Cash has it. It's okay."
I think like she asks a quite reasonable question. What's on the data crystal? Like, or accounts, or like, why would we give that to Cash?
Uh, it was something about that ship that's out there. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. It's, that's really all not. That's not my deal.
Okay. Well, I won't say anything about it, given that it's
Ah,
on the QT.
yeah. Okay, that's good. Thank you. You're a great employee. You really do a great job.
You better take that token if
I
one is
did.
enough.
Oh, I thought I took it. Maybe it never. Oh, I've been having some connection issues here with Sheets. Don't know what's going
Okay.
on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's enough for that short scene.
And of course, like tomorrow, uh, Lalo will not remember that you called him the best employee. So there'll still be this awkwardness, right?
So it's still okay to call him that because yeah, he's not going to remember.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Pocket, do you have a? Oh, I just see we're up to the hour. Do you want to take a break now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So, Pocket, do you have an idea or a thought about your scene?
Why don't we have some nastiness kick off and have Kala find. Hold on one second. I have a cat that has lost his mind for a moment.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, why don't we have Kala find Cash at some place that is not Cash's normal location?
Okay.
Maybe coming out of that side way or that little passage where Gale took her to meet Syntha.
Mm-hmm. Um, should I play Kala again?
I think so.
You've been doing a great
Okay.
job.
Yeah.
So
Mark, do you want to be on call as an NPC cut in the middle, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you could be right there as Gale.
Okay.
Sure.
Since we're like, maybe Gale has Syntha and we're leaving the pass at that kind of hallway together.
And is Syntha Republic or host? I don't think we specified.
I had thought host the ship. Did we determine that the ship was a host ship?
Yeah, so we said the ship was host.
Yes.
But that
Let's make Syntha Republic then.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
And we had said that the goons, let's call them, who were on Kala's team were obviously Republic.
Okay.
So maybe that's like an added
Totally.
wrinkle, right?
Trying to bring her back.
Or maybe trying to lean on her loyalties or whatever. Yeah. So what do you think, Puckett? Where do we like? Is Kala just waiting for you as you climb out of this kind of hatch or something like that?
I mean, my main question is, does Kala already have a gun out?
I mean, maybe the gun is out, but it's like not pointing. So is it really a weapon till the assassin points it? You know.
Look, all I remember is that Golden Earring said something about till the bullet hits the bone. So, I mean, I think that's when a weapon becomes a weapon, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, if Cal is standing there, like at the hatches, I start climbing through, probably still talking backward, not paying a whole lot of attention to what's in front of me because I'm focused on Gale and Cinta, and then realize, oh, hi.
Hi. And I think if Gale is like, oh, I should like turn away now, the kind of weapon will come up to wave you through.
She's actually already started kind of trying to descend the ladder
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she notices that, I think, and then comes back up.
So, was our chat at my office not enough?
Oh, it was, but then I heard that you had a data crystal that I'd really like to find out more about.
I mean, you got to be a little more specific.
A data
Which,
crystal that Rye gave to you at her establishment.
that one.
Yeah.
So, you're really not going to like this answer, but it's honest. All I know is it's a manifest. I don't know what else is on it. I don't know I haven't looked at it. It may not even be a manifest.
Well, let's find out.
And Gail, why don't you take our new friend and go get him some clothes?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Cal and saying, this isn't something that we need to worry about here, is it?
Oh, if I see Gale before our business is done, Gale and I will have a problem.
So basically what you're saying is these two can go. No problems?
Yeah. I mean, if they don't start nothing, there won't be nothing.
So you don't need us, cool.
Yeah.
And Gale will.
Gail, we'll talk later.
She slides down the ladder and out of the way.
I like that, Cash. I mean, someone who takes care of their people. I mean, that is a strength and a weakness that I approve of.
I will put it to you this way. Never assume it is a weakness. My people are everything to me. And I'm sure you can understand this. I will die for them without hesitation. Are we clear?
Absolutely. I prefer you to make sure they don't come to any harm.
Well, Gail's not a fighter, so I don't think you will see her. I'm assuming that your time here on the station is temporary. If it is, I don't think you'll see her again.
temporary is such a loose concept in my line of work.
Well, how about this? I don't think you're going to see her again before whatever business you and I have to conduct is concluded.
Okay.
At least this bit of business. Who knows? Maybe we can do business in the future. Stranger things have happened. And I've been involved in more than a few of them. So, you want to see
I'm
what's
not
on this data
averse
crystal,
to,
huh?
yeah.
All right. Will you settle for my data pad, or do you want to use your own?
Let's take a look at it in yours.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't think I was pulling a fast one on you. And I'll pull it out and I will plug it in. Does this count as pissing off one of my suppliers for temporary gain?
Pissing off Hemlock, you mean?
I mean, you know I deal in favors.
Yeah.
Hemlock owes me a favor now.
Well, he owes you the favor, right? But
But do you
certainly
think
if
this would
you
piss off Hemlock?
give away this data crystal, the one you refused to give to him earlier, because because of some concern he didn't seem to give much weight to, then yeah, I think he would be pissed off. So I think that's totally fair.
All right. So, all right. So what actually is on this data crystal? I don't think we ever actually established that.
Well, I guess we had established it was the manifest of the irregular apocalypse. So
But why does
specifically,
everybody want it? Is it just a MacGuffin, or?
I mean, if you were to ask Hemlock, he would tell you exactly what he wanted it for.
So it's really nothing special. It's just the ship's manifest.
It looks like a complete manifest.
Could be.
I mean,
Not trying to start an argument or anything like that. I'm just saying I don't know if it's a complete manifest or not.
No, it has the qualities of a complete manifest from my point of view.
As you say, then.
So, I'm not averse to ensuring that you profit for being cooperative.
So, in my line of work, profit might mean something a bit different than it does in yours. I deal in favors.
Well, what are you interested in?
You know, generally speaking, that's not something I know until I know it.
Okay, well, I don't deal in blank checks because I'm not a fool.
And I don't just deal in cash, despite my name.
I mean, I can give you
Folks
a
around here call me
favor.
Cash because it's a joke.
Okay.
That's the joke. Cash only.
You know I'm not going to be around for a very long time. You said temporary, so I can give you a favor if we agree on what it will be right now. can't give you a favor to be determined in the future by you.
Will you settle for a copy of the manifest?
No.
God damn it. I think at this point, see, I have one token here. So I want to spend that token to say the right thing to turn a bad sitch into an opportunity. But in this case, saying the right thing is less about actually saying something to Kala and I'm triggering a code that gets sent to Hemlock that basically says, I need help immediately.
Okay.
And it'll, it's basically connected to the equivalent of GPS, which will give you my location. Say, I'll tell you what. Why don't you and I go grab a cup of coffee and I can think about what you can do for me? Is that fair? I need a little bit more than 30 seconds to think of a favor you might be able to do for me.
Yeah, I think Kala doesn't like it, but she goes along with it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm not even going to take you back to the whiskey. I'm not taking you back to my home turf or anything like that. It's just like literally we step out into that crowded passageway with all the vendor stalls and get some brown water that probably approximates something adjacent to coffee.
mhm.
Might be closer to tea. Who can tell? It's brown and it's caffeinated. And then I'm okay with passing it off at that point, knowing that Hemlock has gotten that signal
Yeah, yeah,
that basically says this is a terminal situation here.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Um, okay. Uh, so I wonder, should we, should we trigger the thermonuclear explosion now?
I'm thinking maybe we go to the next scene,
Yeah, yeah,
and
and then close it, right?
I don't know if Hemlock has like some sort of dead man switch, or if they already set a timer on the nuke or what, but
Yeah, I think it would have to have been like integrally programmed to the nuke, like when he chucked it out, because there can't be any signal that comes from the station, right?
yeah, fair.
Um, so
Because basically the exact thing I was trying to avoid is the exact thing that has come to pass, only it wasn't Hemlock's fault.
okay. Um,
Look at me taking a bad situation and making it worse.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, I wonder if I'm thinking, do we want to do that scene now, or do we want to have
I'm okay
some?
with. I kind of feel like it needs a little bit of dramatic separation.
Yeah,
Like maybe
yeah,
we go back to Rye or something like that,
yeah.
because we've got a nuke floating in space and a gun on me,
Mhm.
and comparatively speaking, Rye should be in a slightly better situation than that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I think maybe I'm just gonna do like this brief minor scene just to kind of make that ramp up that tension, right? I think um, we see Hemlock back um, back on the station, and I think we see them like in their quarters having dinner with Ivy, uh, their spouse, and we see that message flash up on Hemlock's pad, and like it's just something really normal, right? It's like, oh, hydroponics unit 739 is at 5% and needs tending, something like that. And Hemlock looks at that, and that is the signal for, Cash needs help right now. And like Ivy asks what's going on, and oh, nothing, just a hydroponics issue. No need to interrupt dinner. It's nothing important. Um, and I think maybe maybe this is like I will not be there as soon as Cash would expect, right? I will be a little bit tardy, but that's not me. That's Hemlock not sending a message back. So I don't know if it's worth a full token because it's just for like dramatic tension, but I'm definitely letting Cash struggle rather than break my cover right now. Mark, do you wanna frame a scene and then we'll get back we'll get back to Cash.
Yeah, trying to think of a minor scene here, I guess that that makes sense. Since this kind of all of the warship stuff is playing out um on in this session, we'll we'll do the Romeo and Juliet. Oh, we'll just do a quick aside there, I think. Um so I think that this is just an everyday scene, and Rye is delivering a meal to at the request at an earlier request of Cash's, to the place where they've got these two stowed away on board the ship. So I guess it's just a question of where do we think that they might be hiding out. Do you have any thoughts, Puckett specifically? Maybe we should look at the station here, or the aspects rather. Um,
Okay. Actually, I'm going. Is it okay if I add a place?
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
totally.
The bins.
Perfect. What are the bins?
That's where you find a lot of welded on smaller ships, capacity of like 5 to 7
Yeah,
people max.
perfect.
So it's tight down there, it's cluttered. People tend not to pay a lot of attention. People move around a lot. It's almost, catch as catch can when it comes to getting a bed for the night. Kind of like a shelter for people who haven't found a more secure place
Perfect.
yet. But there's, like there's a door, back there that inexplicably
Mm.
is locked, and nothing seems to open it, but Rye has a key, or at least has the code to
Perfect.
open the door.
Excellent. So let's see if we have anything we want to do with the scene besides seeing them. Maybe it's just the reveal that that we see where these two are being hidden, and that Ryan knows where they are and has been delivering food and drink to them. Yeah.
Do you think, does Ryan know who they are and that they're on the run, or just that like they're under Cash's
Yeah.
focus?
I think that Cash would maybe not share specifically who they are, but that it's supposed to be that their location should be kept on the DL. And so yeah, I don't think she knows. I don't think Ryan knows specifically who she's dealing with here. These two.
Do you think she's gonna figure it out, or what's the jeopardy here?
That she will I think again unknowingly reveal information, not realizing that, well, no, maybe she does twig to the idea. And I think maybe while she's sitting, she gives them the food, she lays it out, and is discussing with them the situation, and says, well, I know that Cash has helped people before. Um, definitely she'll be able to help you um in getting out of this horrible situation that you're in. You just have to give it some more time. Um, I don't know if there's anything else to add to this little interlude. I was thinking about giving them bad advice, but as suggested as a weak move, but I don't
I mean,
give bad advice because
yeah. I mean that might be cool. Get them like, hey, you should go out and see the station, or
yeah, I think, um, I think if you haven't heard, when was the last time that you've seen them? And if it sounds like it's been a while since they've seen Cash, then I think she'll suggest that well, if you don't see them by this evening by 2300, then you may want to just move on and try to find another location. I don't know why they would abandon you for so long without making contact, but if I find something out, I'll come back and let you know.
I just thought of something terrible.
Yes,
Can I make a suggestion for the terrible advice you could give them?
absolutely.
Uh, if you said, "Oh, if you haven't seen Cash, then maybe you can go to, insert name of her favorite coffee dock here,
Yes.
where she is currently meeting with Kala, waiting for Hemlock to show up."
Yeah, that's perfect.
What do you think, Puckett? Is that terrible advice?
Whenever you give me a chance to make something worse in a game, I'm always going to say yes. I play to lose even when I should play to win.
Yeah.
I mean, this
How can
is
you make
what
it
happens
worse?
when you keep too many secrets and you try to have too many plans within plans. Sooner or later, it all blows up in your face.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I mean, kind of like semi-literally in this case, considering that Hemlock just kind of tossed the nuke into space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think it. So can we morph this scene? Maybe we should play the two star-crossed lovers as they show up, or something like that. What do you think?
I mean, if the two of you want to play the star-crossed lovers, I mean, I'm fine with that.
And
Dunn is
Kala
also busy playing Kala here,
yeah,
though.
Kala can be powdering her nose, for the moment that these two show up. Do we want to give them names? We haven't given them names. These star-crossed lovers.
Well, here is a name that is on the listed.
Jesus fucking Christ! Are you kidding me?
Is on the suggested names.
Is that literally on the suggested
That's
list?
literally on the suggested names. I think under I can't remember which aspect it's under. No, so no, obviously we would not use that here.
Do we pick two soldier names, right?
Look,
Yeah.
all I can say is, oh my God, Glup Shitto's in episode 7? When you know you spent too much time on the internet.
How about, yeah, you were suggesting a couple of soldier names?
Yeah, if they're from the war.
Yeah.
How about, we won't go with the obvious ones.
You won't go with Glup Shitto?
It's so tempting. How about Blue? One of them is Blue. Someone else choose another.
I think it's fun to have the two of you choose the names of the star-crossed lovers that are about to be very pissed off at me, probably.
I'll go with Cassius.
Cool.
Cassius is, let's go with him. I'm just filling these in on the resonance.
Blue.
Is Cassius like a republic name and Blue a host name?
A host name? Yeah, that's perfect. Blue is using they them pronouns.
Okay. We have a lot of images to fill in for next week. What do we think their deal is, or do you just want to see that in play?
What is their deal? I think that they are are they trying to be very circumspect? And maybe they've disguised themselves a little bit in some way so that they're not obviously a couple of soldiers running around.
Yeah. So maybe it's like they're just wearing like a. Remember when we described the signs as being this kind of rough, not suitable for clothing material?
Yeah, right.
So maybe they have like a poncho made out of that or something. So something that kind of looks like the station, but not terribly good.
That's a great idea.
Probably recycled plastic or something like that that's been turned into a fabric of some sort.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Blue has a hat that they picked up somewhere.
What kind of hat?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a good hat.
Because this feels like really important. This feels like it might be the first thing that Blue has done to kind of differentiate themselves from the military. So I feel like this hat is important.
It is a man, now there's so much pressure around this hat. It is it's like a space beanie. I mean, like a pull down beanie / stocking cap kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe it's like hiding as they grow it out the kind of archetypical host haircut, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. And so the hair is kind of stuffed up underneath it.
So yeah, maybe we see them like picking up some street food off a vendor just before they come to the coffee shop, and they look out for they spot Cash sitting by herself at this table, and they yeah, bad idea. But they're soldiers. Like, what are they gonna? Who wants to live forever, right? That's their attitude to street food.
Blue is eating what is obviously some kind of like some kind of shellfish as well, which they are like picking out of the shell with their fingers and eating. Because what could go wrong with shellfish?
I mean, there's a
And
Venn
eating with your
diagram of
hands.
street meat and shellfish. It's like, not only are you getting sick, you're gonna die in space. In space, no one can hear you hurl, right?
Oh, damn. Uh, hey, Cassius, it's Cash.
Yeah,
Cash.
right where Rye said she'd be.
Yes. Hey, I said you would be here.
And I look up and it's like, and my eyes widen as I see the two of you. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing out? Go back to the ship now. Hurry.
We just thought it would be a good idea if we
Get back
I
to
mean,
the ship.
Rye said we should find you here.
Yeah, you did. Get the fuck back to the ship.
Blue kind of pulls her cap down, like for her hat further down, like trying to cover her eyes a
I
little bit, and
haven't
puts her head down.
I haven't forgotten you. I don't know why. Did Rye not feed you?
No, she fed us, but we burn a lot of calories. So I was hungry. Is when does Kala come into this? She
Well, Puckett, do you want to? Is there a strong or weak move that will swing things one way or the other for here?
Um,
Or
Let me see. I don't think I have any tokens. That's right, because I burned my token on the strong move of calling in a timely favor from a prominent client who's currently not doing anything in a timely fashion.
I think it would say the right thing to turn a bad situation into an opportunity. So I mean, um,
Oh, that's true. It
yeah.
was.
Um, okay, so
Um,
so so how about
I have no tokens, so let me see what I can do.
I'm happy to jump in here, right, with a move,
yeah.
which
Um,
is which is
what's your
the
thought?
I'm gonna have that um, nuclear explosion happen right now, and I think we cut out. Actually, no, we see uh, Kala in the bathroom, and we see the lights flicker, right, in a worrying way. And then like we just zoom out to the like we just all over the station. There's this reaction, and screw the physics of it. There's like a nuclear explosion, a multiple warhead hitting the irregular apocalypse several kilometers away, and this is the kind of reaction on board the station. And we see it just rip into the engine, hit the reactor, and like there are a couple of escape pods that get out, and there's whatever shuttles were going back and forth. The whole thing just fucking explodes. So I think Kala like maybe for the first
I'm
time.
okay with stopping there.
Oh, well,
I mean,
I was just gonna say we see Kala like do something hurriedly for the first time, like they just run out of the bathroom, and I think we see at the same moment Hemlock walk in the front door of the coffee shop.
That's awesome.
okay. Yeah, that's
That's the cliffhanger we all wanted, right?
Yeah, you got Hemlock and Calla and Cash all there, plus the
the star-crossed lovers,
Starcrossed lovers. Yeah.
plus the nuke that just went off, and there's probably shockwaves that are going to hit pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm gonna
Or,
untick.
shrapnel from a detonated
Yeah,
freighter ship.
yeah. It's not going to be pretty, but I'm unticking the critically damaged military cruiser as an active threat right now because yeah,
Yeah.
It is a threat no more.
it is a threat no more. Okay, so
Is that the band that's headlining Loudfest?
I don't think so. Not anymore, at least. I mean, that's why the manifest was so important, right? To make sure that the band weren't aboard, right? Okay.
Well, oh well.
Let's stop the recording there and do our debrief.